In today's video, we shall be diving into the fastest way that you can max out all your heroes and upgrade your gears. And I believe this is an important topic to cover, especially at this time when we have the Bravery Road, which doesn't have so many players because it requires divine heroes. So we shall basically be looking at the best way that you can get your first divine hero and participate in the Bravery Road. But before we get into the video, YouTube tells me that only 24% of all my viewers are subscribed. If you enjoy my videos and find some value in them, be sure to leave a like and destroy the subscribe button. And without wasting any time, let's get straight into the video. Starting right away, the most important thing that you should note if you want to upgrade your heroes and gears first is that you should be active. If you don't play a lot, it's going to take you a very long time to upgrade your heroes and gears. And I believe this is pretty straightforward. That's the first thing that you have to note. But then, proceeding to the most important part of the video, this is one of the most effective ways that you can actually collect all the resources and currencies needed to upgrade your heroes and gears. So pay attention. There is this little tab that we have here on the right part of your screen, and it's called the Contracts tab. When you click this tab, you will see a list of contracts that are organized in order of duration, starting with the shortest contracts and ending with the longest contracts at the bottom, which is the one-week contract. These contracts give you a lot of rewards if you perform well in them, and these rewards include lots of hero cards, joker cards, nuts, and crypto chips. When you take part in these contracts, your goal should always be to at least finish in the top 5%. If you fail to get the top 5%, then you should always make it to the top 10% of all executors. Without doing this, then you're not going to be able to get any significant rewards from the contracts. Let's take a look at some of the rewards that you get from getting the top 5% in all these contracts. The rewards that you get depend on your final position and the duration of the contracts. The longer contracts give the most rewards. You also have some qualifying chests which contain some crypto chips and nuts. For the one-week contract, finishing in the top 5% of all players will give you 7,500 crypto chips, 1,900 nuts, and 90 hero cards. And then proceeding to the 2-day contract, getting the top 5% gives you 3,000 chips and 250 hero cards. Look at that insane number of hero cards. This will definitely make a difference in how fast you're upgrading your heroes. And then we have the 21-hour contract. This contract gives you 1,500 chips and 150 nuts if you get the top 5%. And then the last two contracts are the 8-hour contract, which gives you 600 chips for getting top 5%, and the 3-hour contract, which gives you 300 chips and 4 joker cards. The rewards for the last two contracts are not that significant, but you can still play for them if you plan on, for example, completing the 3-hour contract multiple times during that day. These chips can eventually add up. So as you have seen, all the rewards for getting top 5% in these contracts contain hundreds of hero cards, joker cards which can be assigned to any hero, thousands of nuts which can be used to upgrade your gears, and crypto chips. Now the crypto chips can be spent in the black market, which is in the shop, and they can be used to buy the crypto chests in that black market. These crypto chests contain more nuts, more hero cards, and more personal gears. We have to note that the personal gear chests give the best value, especially if there's one that costs 5,000 chips. So this is the strategy I propose for the contracts if you want to upgrade your heroes as fast as possible. First of all, you have to be ready to participate in as many contracts as possible to give you a lot of hero cards and to also be able to save a good amount of crypto chips. So what you do is you come to the contracts tab, click on it, then you look at the contracts. Think about the amount of time that you have to play. You could have 3 hours to play, 4 hours. Some people can play for 6 hours. Just gauge how much time you have to play and choose an appropriate contract. So for example, if you can play for over 6 hours, you can choose the 8-hour contract. And then once you've chosen the 8-hour contract, click on this button right here and it will show you the missions. It's really important to read these missions and understand the actions that you have to take to be able to complete these contracts. So once you've done that, all you have to do is get into a few matches and grind to get at least top 5% in that contract. So do this for multiple contracts and save up your chips. Always try to have more than 5,000 chips saved up, and a good amount of chips to save up would be 15,000 chips. Once you've saved up your chips, open the black market in the shop, and the chest, which should always be the priority, should be the personal gear chest that costs 5,000 chips, if it is there. Sometimes you have all 3 chests costing 10,000 chips, but sometimes you have one of them costing 5,000 chips. The reason why the chest that costs 5,000 chips gives the best value is because the chest contains 1,600 nuts. This same amount of nuts can be found in the other chests that cost 10,000 chips. So you're basically getting the same amount of nuts for half the price if you buy the chest that costs 5,000 chips. And you also have to keep in mind that you can buy this chest 3 times. So that's why I said it's good to save up at least 15,000 crypto chips. Yeah, I guess that's it. So if you can always save up enough chips, you can end up getting more than 5,000 nuts every month from the black market. And of course, once you have these nuts, then you're able to upgrade your most important gears quite fast. Do this every month and you should have fully maxed heroes and at least supreme gears in a few months. That is a strategy which I would advise you to employ in order to upgrade your heroes as fast as possible, and your gears too. And then the third way that you can upgrade your heroes and gears fast is participating in Sabotage. Now Sabotage is a game mode that comes over the weekend and it basically lasts for the whole weekend. When you participate in this game mode, you get matchboxes, and these matchboxes can be spent in the shop. Now the chests that you buy with these matchboxes contain a good amount of nuts which you can spend on upgrading your gears. That's it for Sabotage. It's pretty straightforward. I made a Sabotage guide which basically gives you some tips on how to win as many Sabotage matches as possible. You can find it in the video description, or I will also link it in the top right corner of your screen. And then finally, the other way that you can upgrade your heroes fast is to take advantage of the special offers with Joker cards that show up once in a while. Now, sometimes you have these chests in the shop which show up once in a while and they cost a few hundred crypto chips or a few hundred matchboxes, and they basically give you about I would say 100 cards in total. And yeah, if they show up, always try to buy them. They give you a good amount of cards. I think that brings us to the end of today's video. The main point of the video was the contracts are the most important and fastest way to upgrade your heroes and gears. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Every day that I wake up in a nightmare. Every day that I wake up